Okay, so recently Valve just announced new hardware, new VR headset, new controller, and new console kind of PC kind of thing called the Steam Machine. It was called the Steam Box. I called the Steam Box personally, but they just announced it, and it was also leaked a little bit before it was announced on a Asian distributor website. But we're gonna take a look at some leaks that may suggest that Half-Life 3 is going to come with the Steam Machine when it launches, right? Because there's been so many leaks of Half-Life 3 for months now, and I was getting a little concerned because I was seeing all these leaks about Half-Life, and then it was like radio sounds, just nothing. And I was like, oh fuck, is it not gonna come out? Did they shelve it? Did they shelve another Half-Life game? But then the hardware got announced, and now the hope is at the highest level. The hopium is at the fucking highest level for this game to fucking come out. Bang!
The Steam Machine, aka the Gabe Cube. People have already made a logo animation, and it's
Half-Life. That intro, the Valve intro is so iconic.
perfection. Mwah. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. No. But yeah, the Steam Machine is a highly anticipated new device, new piece of hardware from Valve that essentially aims to bridge the gap between PC gaming and console gaming. At its core, it is just a PC, a Linux-based PC, but SteamOS in combination with this machine and its affordability and the brand name and how it is tailored to play Steam games, I think the combination of all of these things and how it all like jives together really well will be what makes this kind of a step above other mini PCs that have come out in years past. Alongside with a new Steam controller, which looks so much better than the first iteration of it. It just feels
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the design of that new controller with the pads on the bottom. I don't know, it doesn't really fit.
like such an accessible way for people to get into PC gaming and to engage with PC gaming on the couch. Now, with this ultimately being a PC, what you associate this device with is playing existing games as well as new games coming out on Steam. You don't think about like a launch title for a device like this, except there may very well be a launch title for the Steam Machine if recent reports are to be believed, and it may be the most hyped launch title in gaming history, Half-Life 3.
Valve has kept us in the dark for like what, 12-ish years, somewhere around that, and it's finally time, boys. It's time to get the hopium at the highest fucking level. Time to get the hopium at the highest fucking level. 12 years, bro. Been waiting for that shit. Bang.
There's a name you may not have heard for a while, but it's looking like that game may actually be a reality that will be here in the not so distant future. Now I know GTA 6 is coming out, but people have been waiting for Half-Life 3 for longer, and its existence seemed impossible. But with recent reports, it may not be so. Now, for context,
Well, Half-Life's better than GTA. Fight me on that, so.
Half-Life 2 Episode 2, the last non-VR mainline entry in the series, came out all the way back in October 10th, 2007. It has been 18 years since the launch
I was wrong, 18 years.
of Half-Life 2 Episode 2, which is wild. Now, we did get treated with Half-Life Alyx on March 23rd, 2020. There's a VR title.
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx is really good. I'd say it's definitely, dude, I'd probably argue it's about as good as the original Half-Life. That's probably a hot take right there. But the only issue is it's only VR. You can't play it on PC, right? So, you know. But if you haven't played Half-Life Alyx, if you can get your hands on a VR, for sure, play that. It's so fucking good. I'd say it's just as good as the original Half-Life, bro. It's so fucking good, especially the ending, bro. Oh my god, it's so it's so good.
And it is canonical mainline entry, but it's not that neck big numbered game. And this too
Gabe and the type of nigga to eat all the aborted fetuses at Bohemian Grove, not knowing he was supposed to share them.
came out like over 5 years ago now. But what Alyx showed is that there was a renewed interest in revisiting the Half-Life franchise. And so people are getting their hopes up that Half-Life 3 could be a possibility. And it's looking like Half-Life 3 may very well align with the launch of the Steam Machine. It may very well be a launch title for the Steam Machine. Nothing is confirmed, but let me break down the rumors and the reports that suggest there is like a non-zero chance and a decent possibility. Let's actually start with the latest report from Insider Gaming. This right here was streamed on November 14th, 2025, featuring Tom Henderson, the owner of this news outlet. As Hazador Gaming reports here during this podcast, Tom Henderson said that there's a big announcement for a big game in the next few weeks for a March 2026 release.
Imagine being able
Fuck
to build
you.
anything
Fuck you.
just by thinking about it.
Fuck you.
Meet
Shut up.
Base 44.
This is something that he said while they were discussing the Steam Machine. Now, that by itself wouldn't mean much if it wasn't for all of the other information that preceded it. Another individual who spoke about the possibility of Half-Life 3 recently is none other than Gabe Follower.
Yeah, so Gabe Follower and Tyler McVicker, they're predicting either a 2026 announcement or probably the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to get an announcement. People are saying November 18th, we're going to get an announcement. Who knows, right? Or who knows? I think Valve just released the hardware too late for it to be a November 18th announcement or to release on November 18th, right?
He's someone who's had insider sources relay information to him about this project called HLX, which many believe to be Half-Life 3. And about that, he had this to say. According to my info from the last year, nothing changed. They're still aiming for a 2025 announcement.
Fuck yeah, let's fucking go. Fuck yeah. I'm ready, bro. I'm gonna start fucking flipping my lid, bro. I'm going live. As soon as that shit is announced, I'm dropping everything I'm doing and I'm going live. We finna fucking celebrate, bro.
And the thing about this user, Gabe Follower, is that they've made accurate leaks in the past. For example, they predicted Deadlock before everyone else. But then beyond that, we have another leaker going by the name Tyler Vicker, who's a well-known data miner who's delved into Valve games and talked about all code that is...
Yeah, Gabe and Tyler both predicted two games. No, they both predicted one game, but both of them had predicted 2 games. Dead on. Dead on. Name everything. Dead on. So they're very trusted.
hinting at new products and new game releases. In fact, not too long ago, on October 29, 2025, he released the following video titled HLX Development Might Have Hit a New State, the description of which reads, "Something strange just happened inside Steam's backend, and it changed everything we thought we knew about Valve's next game. A mysterious new device appeared, codenamed Ibex, alongside fresh references to the Steam frame, and some deep changes to how the Source 2 engine handles destruction, physics, and sound. This device, codenamed Ibex, would turn out to be the Steam controller, and then the Steam frame would be none other than the VR headset." So from data mining, Tyler kind of hinted about this and knew about all of this and reported on this back on October 29th, 2025, which was a significant amount of time before Valve made the official announcement of the new Steam controller, the Steam Machine, and the Steam frame. And yeah, Tyler's been doing this for a while now. Even back in August 4th, 2024, he was talking about potential Half-Life 3 leaks.
Yeah, I've been seeing this shit for a while. Like, I've been posting on my story about Half-Life since, like, I've started the account or my pages, bro. I've been posting on my shit for a while.
Discussing how these last few days have been filled with leaks and new information coming to light about Valve's next single-player game, codenamed HLX. All evidence, including data mine strings from CS2 and Dota 2, along with accidental leaks from former developers on the game, point towards this game being Half-Life 3. So we've got content creators who have been known to have insider sources who have leaked accurate information, really dropping hints that they believe Half-Life 3 announcement is imminent and that this game is in fact in development. Next up, we have Special Nick here, who's co-founder of Xbox Era and co-host of the Xbox Era podcast, who hinted that there's an announcement coming that could be even bigger than GTA 6, tweeting, quote, "If what I just DM'd is actually true, big if, next week GTA 6 could actually have its thunder stolen on the hype scale, LMAO." Now, this was published a day before the announcement of Valve's new hardware, Steam Machine, the Steam frame, and the Steam controller. So this Twitter user Negan asked if he was referring to this new Steam hardware, and to that, Special Nick said, technically, no. The general assumption right now is that what Special Nick got wind of is that a Half-Life 3 announcement might be imminent. It's the only game that anyone can think of that could potentially steal any of GTA 6's thunder, which aligns with Half-Life data miner Tyler McVicker himself saying in a stream that he believes he's expecting Valve to announce Half-Life 3 within 2 weeks.
Wait, I think Tyler didn't say that. Hold on. I'm gonna go to his Twitter real quick. I'm pretty sure he said something different. Hold on, because he addressed this. People were saying this a lot. Hold on. Let's see. He quote tweeted someone and he said, "No, I didn't say this." Hold on. Damn, this fucker posts a lot. Wait, where is it? I missed it. Hold on. I missed it. I definitely missed it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Did he delete it? I think he deleted it. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me look at my replies. Hold on. Okay, I didn't say that. I said that the rumor seems that Valve wants to announce the game within this calendar year. And if so, that would take place within the next 2 to 3 weeks. However, this is all hearsay and unconfirmed. So that's what he really meant.
So there are all these rumblings that are beginning to align that a Half-Life 3 announcement is not only imminent, but that it is coming sooner than we think. And the fact that Insider Gaming's Tom Henderson is hinting at this big announcement for a big game that is aiming for a March 2026 release aligns with the fact that the Steam Machine has been confirmed to come out in the first quarter of 2026, which would end in March of 2026. Now, this next bit might be reaching, but keen-eyed observers have noticed that if you look at the Steam hardware announcement for the Steam Machine, there's this segment right here showing some...
I bet you're going to be streaming that. Absolutely. We're playing the fuck out of that. We are playing the fuck out of Half-Life when that shit comes out, nigga. Playing the fuck out of that.
Somebody putting on a faceplate, a custom-made faceplate that has Valve's logo on it.
Oh, this is dope as fuck about the Steam Machine, bro. You can like swap out the fucking plates for anything you want. It's so cool.
And everything. But then on the left here, you'll find that there's this sticker that starts with an H and there's a sensor bar over it. And then right on top of that, you see the word soon TM. And people are wondering if this is Valve hinting that a Half-Life 3 announcement, which is currently censored, is coming sooner than later. Maybe within the next week or two to align with the announcement of the new Steam hardware, especially the Steam Machine, which could launch with Half-Life 3. At the very least, that'd be a dream scenario. Now, there's a lot of stuff out there that's like secondhand information where it's about a leaker who was told by sources about all of this and them relaying what they've heard from said sources. But about a year ago, on August 4th, 2024, there was a substantial leak indicating that Valve is working on a brand new project, and that project was codenamed White Sands. The direct leak came from a voice actor's website. This is what the website looks like. The actor's name is Natasha Chandel or Chandel. I'm not sure how to quite pronounce that. But scrolling down, you'll find credit of stuff that they've worked on, including...
Yeah, this is one of the things that Tyler found. There was tons of Valve was hiring tons of new like voice actors and like level designers and stuff like that, but then they quickly removed it, right? But people saw it and screenshotted it.
Voiceover. Now, scrolling through this now, you won't find it anywhere for obvious reasons. When the leak happened, this actor was likely asked to remove the entry, but using Wayback Machine, you can see what this website looked like back then, and indeed, there is a listing for Project White Sands, a video game with no release date that is being developed by none other than Valve, as is very clearly listed here. And the fact that that has been removed since only lends credence to the top secret nature of this project. It lends credence to the fact that this project is real. And the reason many people are assuming that Project White Sands is in fact Half-Life 3 is due to the fact this codename White Sands is a national park in New Mexico, the same state that Black Mesa is located in, a key setting of the Half-Life series. But also more significantly, there's a military test range there. The Trinity atomic bomb test site is in the northern part of the test range. And it is generally believed that Project White Sands and Project HLX are the same project. It may very well be that actors got a certain project code name, and then when it comes to like how the game is referenced internally, when it comes to programming and stuff that gets data mined, it's referred as HLX. But yeah, it's just too much of a coincidence for Project White Sands to not actually be at least something Half-Life related. And with HLX, there seems to be extreme confidence on the part of data miners and leakers that it is Half-Life 3. And then there's the fact that almost a year ago, back in December 31st...
Okay, I think this is getting a little too schizo right here, like this evidence he's about to show. I think this low-key don't mean shit, honestly.
2024.
So just take this with a grain of salt.
The eve of the new year, Mike Shapiro, who is the voice actor for G-Man in the Half-Life series, randomly published this video that could very well be hinting at Half-Life 3 being real. So here's the video in question.
Albion Online
Bro,
is a
this
sandbox
fucking...
MMORPG in which you write your own story.
Kill yourself,
instead of
bitch.
Another year already. Good to see and hear from so many. May the next quarter century deliver as many unexpected as did the millennium. And again, time is fluid. See you, New Year.
So he talks about like unexpected surprises that are upcoming, and then hashtag Valve and Half-Life and G-Man in 2025, potentially hinting that we might see something Half-Life related in the year 2025, maybe in the next couple of weeks, if recent rumors are to be believed or be lent credence. So yeah, those are all of the various hints, rumors, reports, potential leak, data mines, and happenstances that might indicate that a Half-Life 3 announcement is imminent and that it'll be a launch title for the Steam Machine. Now, just launching Half-Life 3 alongside the Steam Machine on the same day would be absolutely massive, and I do believe that that would help drive Steam Machine sales, even if Half-Life 3 isn't necessarily exclusive to the Steam Machine, given that it would be a PC game with potential of it coming out on other platforms, on consoles and whatnot. But can bet that Half-Life 3 would be optimized for the Steam Machine.
It would be so fucking funny if it only came out on on fucking PC. It would be so fucking funny. I would laugh my ass off. They gotta buy a fucking Steam machine to go fucking play that. That'd be so funny.
For those very specific specs, with a Steam Machine housing the SteamOS custom Linux operating system, with it housing semi-custom chips for the CPU and GPU that Valve knows in and out. But then if they were to pull the baller move, assuming that Half-Life 3 is real, if they were to pull the move of including Half-Life 3 with a purchase of a Steam Machine, then it's game over. Steam Machine will sell like hotcakes.
Absolutely. And they're definitely going to do it. Whatever game it may be, they're 1000% going to include it with their new hardware. That's what they did with the Valve Index.
Do I think they will do that? I don't really know, but I do feel like Steam and Valve
Lots of console gamers be fucking pissed if that happened. I'm gonna be happy as fuck. I'm glad they're pissed, bro. It's like, fuck your stupid console, bro. Fuck your console.
do have enough money to be able to pull something like that.
We left that
Steam
shit
and
back
Valve
in
also
fucking
have the
middle school,
benefit of
bro.
not being a public company, so they're not beholden to shareholders, so they can do whatever they want. I mean, at one point they made it so that if you buy a Valve Index VR kit, it includes Half-Life Alyx, which was so specifically tailored to the Valve Index, not exclusive to that VR headset, but it was, you know, heavily optimized for it. So something like that, something similar happening between the Steam Machine and Half-Life 3, you know, that could be a deadly combo. And that kind of move would be so baller that it would only further solidify their dominance in the PC digital platform storefront launcher landscape and would attract a lot of people to the Steam Machine as just the easiest way to dive into Half-Life 3 in a very optimized fashion. It'd be a launch game of the ages that would really solidify the Steam Machine as potentially the primary way for, you know, the masses to PC game. Obviously, they're enthusiasts who will have the most powerful PCs and who will deck their PCs out because you can transform any PC into a Steam Machine technically, but the Steam Machine is a PC gaming device that's meant to be easy to use, intuitive, frictionless, that you can just buy, plug and play and not have to worry about anything. That's the appeal of Steam Machine. And Half-Life 3, what launching alongside that, can almost be seen as this, like, you know, like a console release with this killer app that will have the masses clamoring for a Steam Machine. Now, with all said and done, keep in mind, there's all rumors and speculation. There's no guarantee that Half-Life 3 will be announced in the next 2 weeks. There's no guarantee that Half-Life 3 will launch alongside a Steam Machine, but I do believe that Half-Life 3 or some new Half-Life project is in the works. There are far too many indications of that for that to not be.
You just have to hope it doesn't get shelved, because there's a very low chance it will this time, but there's always a chance they're just like, fuck it, shelve it.
Be the case, whether it's the data mining, whether it's all of the reports that we're seeing, whether it's the voice actor leaking that they're involved in a Valve project whose code name is very clearly hinting at a new Half-Life game. But in terms of the handling of that production and when that game will launch, that is all up in the air, but a lot of noise is happening right now indicating that an announcement may be more imminent than we think. The game we thought for sure was impossible, the game we thought would, if it were to launch, it would launch after GTA 6, but we might get it for GTA 6 if rumors are to be believed, if this were to be a launch title for the Steam Machine. I think Half-Life 3 paired with the Steam Machine as a launch, I mean, that is the atomic combination right there, and I hope somehow Valve will pull that off, but only time will tell. In the meantime, though, I'd love to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on all of that.
Okay, here's my thoughts and opinions, okay? I think a Half-Life game is imminent. They're going to announce it. There's a very small chance they'll be like, fuck it, let's just shelve it, because Half-Life 3's been in the works before. So for people who are saying it's never gonna happen, it's been in the works before, okay? It has. This is admitted. And I'm still shocked to this day we even got Half-Life Alyx. I'm fucking shocked. I'm still, right? But nothing's stopping them from being like, you know what? Let's redo it. And then they fucking go from scratch again. They've worked on Half-Life 3 before Half-Life Alyx, right? They've shelved it. They've worked on Left 4 Dead 3. They've shelved it. They've worked on so many third games, but they've shelved them. Right? Because Valve is a bunch of perfectionists. They are a little perfectionists. They love to be very picky, right? That's why they shelve things a lot. That's why they're very quiet about things, right? That's why we have to literally data mine to find any source of info. And we have to literally fucking find insiders to get any source of info because they're very picky and they're perfectionists.